What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. KG's back for the second stream of the day, possibly the final one. I don't think there's going to be any more business tonight. Obviously, we just never know. We could get Kamara confirmed at 10 o'clock at night, but I don't think that's going to happen today. I think that will be tomorrow. So obviously, hit the notification bell for tomorrow's streams because it's going to be a busy day ahead, as I can imagine. Look, anyway, just before we get into the meat of it, please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you haven't already. Best way to support the channel, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Drop your comments below. Thank you to Karen Curtin for the super thanks on the earlier video, much appreciated. And yeah, memberships are in the description if you want to help the channel out that way too. Now listen, we've signed a player, that one's been confirmed, but that's not the leading story for me. That's not the leading story on this stream. I'm going to be real with you. I think the leading story has to be Luis Sinisterra. Now, it is no secret that Luis Sinisterra doesn't want to play in the championship. And listen, Leeds United fans, nobody does. I promise you, anyone that signed for us does not want to be in this league. They would prefer to be higher, but they can see that this is a good way of getting back to the league. But Luis Sinisterra, quite clearly, he doesn't want to be here. In that way, he wants to play at a high level. But as you've seen in the games he's played so far, which is something I want to really drive home, is that his performances haven't dipped. You know, he's been one of our most dangerous players. His professionalism is there. There was only that little issue with his contract, which was nothing to do with him. So as long as he's here, I think he's good. I guess the only other side you could say is that Jack Harrison was on fire before the end of the transfer window last season. And then once that Newcastle Avenue was closed, he went quiet. But I don't think Luis Sinisterra is in that same boat. He's a much better player than Harrison to start with. And I think that he would just get on with it, knuckle down, and do his best for the team. That's just my opinion. Obviously, proof will be in the pudding. But according to I'm going to say Pipe Sierra, because I don't think Pipe is this guy's name. You know what I mean? I don't think it's Pipe. So I'm going to say Pipe Sierra. Leeds still not assured of the continuity of Luis Sinisterra. Several clubs have asked in recent days about his situation. The Colombian does not want to play in the second division. He's an expensive player, so it's not an easy deal to get. And you've got to believe as well, if you've got Willie Nanto that we're reportedly asking for upwards to 35 millions with add-ons, I think Sinisterra goes above that. So it's not going to be an easy deal, but his agent it's not for a lack of trying. You know, his agent is trying to get his name out there, seeing who will be willing to pay. But this is going to be one to watch over the next 24 hours. Really and truly it is. And like somebody said, let me see if I can get back up. Sorry, Isaac here saying Sini's not worth 50. He might be worth 50 mil to us, but realistically, it's not. It's up to the club what he's worth. That's not really for us to decide at this point. Let me just see if I can get back. Who is it? Tom White. Yeah, Tom. Tom says here, squeaky bum time tomorrow. Losing Sydney changes the whole complexion of the window for me. And I'm absolutely with you, Tom. I'm not as high as some people that have messaged me. Some of you have been like gassed, like to the maximum. And I understand we've got Spence, we've got Pirot, and those are brilliant signings, as well as Ampadu. Let's not forget him. But there's still glaring holes in this team. And it's important that we fill those holes, but that we also don't lose a key component of the team. And Sinisterra is that when I see his name on the team sheet, I feel comfortable. I feel in this league, especially, I mean, even in the Prem, I felt comfortable. But in the Championship, I feel so comfortable when I see Luis Sinisterra's name on the team sheet. And I know it's going to drive fear into the opposition defenses. And for me, we just can't lose that, people. We just cannot lose that. Deshaun, yeah, we cannot replace him. We cannot, but we actually cannot replace him, Deshaun. We're not actually pepping this up. We really cannot replace him. Ted here saying Sinisterra had a release clause which expired. Surely potential buyers would have already acted. They probably did, Ted. But the thing was, let's not forget. Look how quickly a lot of our players left at the start of this window. It was like a rat race. We had loans going out like there was no tomorrow, and because now the international slots were all taken up, clubs are now having to deal with cold hard cash with us. There's going to be no Premier League team that will be able to get him all probably interested in him, I would say. So it's about teams on the continent. Can they get the money together? Now, Saudi Arabia may be a possibility, and we know Saudi Arabia's window closes after ours. But I don't think Sinisterra wants to go there. I think he's looking for higher level competition, possibly. Who knows? But his agent is working very hard and will be working very hard over the next day to maybe secure his client a move out of Leeds United. I can only hope that it doesn't, because like Tom said, if we lose him, it changes the rating for me straight away for this window. And I'm not giving my rating in this one. It's too soon, people. We need the window to close before we do ratings. But yeah, it changes the whole complexion for me. Yeah, Sam, keeping Sini is a game changer. He's better than anyone we can sign. And just quickly on that, because I've seen a loose link to Ola Sobakum. I mean, if we was to lose Sini and then this is the replacement, yeah, nah, that's poor. That's much like how I said about Southampton. Was it Southampton? Yeah, Southampton losing Nathan Teller and signing Ryan Fraser. It's just not the same kind of player. So, and yes, they play different sides. Don't get all splitting hairs with me on that. I'm just talking about an out and out replacement. For me, this isn't it. Look, Ola Sobakan, I remember him being a wonder kid on Football Manager once upon a time, but by all means of what I've read and from what people have said, he just didn't get it with Mourinho. Now, listen, Mourinho is my guy, but he's not the easiest person to get along with. And once you fall foul of Mourinho, that is usually it. But yeah, this for me, maybe it could be good. I don't know. But according to Damasio, it looks like he's advancing with Olympiacos anyway. So I don't know how much there is in that link as of now, as we speak today. But yeah, just for me, man, it is so important that Sinisterra is to stay here. It is so important, and I wouldn't I won't celebrate it like it's a new signing. I hate that phrase when you've already got a player and then people say it's like a brand new signing. No, it's not. It really isn't. But in this league, he's a game changer, and it's as simple as that. Um, Yeah, he is definitely a game changer. Yeah, Isaac here saying good news is we're in the driver's seat. Yep, that's true, Isaac. I agree. Cine is irreplaceable, especially at this point in the window. Yeah, I mean, I would say at any point, Isaac, I've been kind of just hoping he'd just fade into the background and we'd never hear anything else of it, and that we'd just be hearing about incomings. Unfortunately, this story is pretty hot, and you've got to believe that this next 24 hours are going to be vital. They're going to be key. And if a club like demands or pays what we're demanding, then he's more likely to go. And that is a worry ahead of the ahead of the transfer deadline. Ripper saying, didn't Farkas say Cine stays? No, he said he hopes, and it's like he said at the time he hopes they stay. He hopes Nanto stays. He hopes all of them stay. But if Real Madrid or one of the big boys come in, you can't stop them. That's what he said at that press conference. And I'm sure we'll get some more from Daniel Farker tomorrow in his pre-match press conference for the Sheffield Wednesday game. Oh, okay, Jake, coming in hot. I would take 35. That's dollars. That's $35 million, which is around around 30 million pounds, isn't it? Is it? I don't know. It's around that, isn't it? 30, 32. Jake carries on. I think a tad overrated, and he's consistently hurt, which is unfortunate because he's next level when fit. Well, I've always said, Jake, that what would you rather have? Would you rather have 20 games of Sinisterra where he gives you goals and assists, or would you rather have someone that was available for 46 games and gives you nothing? You know what I mean? I would much rather have the guy that's given me goals, assists in those games than someone that just coasts or is not good enough to play for this football club for 46 games. And yes, he will get hurt. We've seen that. That's not just going to go away. But when he plays, he's magic. He's magic. Yeah, Tim, he absolutely does. Sydney stands out like a diamond in this division. He absolutely does. And again, I think it's because of his injury record why people do kind of like Jake. I mean, Jake's got his opinion, that's fine. But I think people do forget when he was fit for us in the Premier League, he was a difference maker. We could be doing nothing all game, and then he just shifted onto his right foot and put it in the bottom corner. But it's just that we didn't see it often enough. And I think that's what people forget. And it's understandable. I always say that availability is your best attribute. It's true. But when you're talking about game changers like this, and I'm not putting him in this bracket, so before anyone jumps on me, but it's much like when Harry Kane used to have his ankle issues or Aguero with his fight issues. They would not play all 38 games of the Premier League season, but when they played, they'd give you enough so you get points. And I think that's what Sinisterra would do for us in this league. Yeah, I would say that Sini is the true Rafinha replacement. Yeah, definitely, most definitely. But yeah, so in effect to the transfer window, Sinisterra, if he's to leave, if we don't get a left back, that severely like goes into my rating. But there's other factors I'm going to consider, especially with this unique transfer window, which we'll go into on the transfer window roundup video. But yeah, not getting a left back and losing Sini, that could be brutal. But yeah, listen, people, give me your thoughts about Sinisterra below. And yeah, listen, let's go on to oh dear. Oh no, no, no. Is it let me just say it wasn't there was you guys can't hear that, can you? Uh okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Sorry, just okay, okay, got it, got it. Big old video at the bottom here. Okay, okay, I'm back in business, people. That's the beauty of live streaming. Live streaming, love it. Okay, going back into this. Okay, yeah, it's all right. It wasn't my mic. It was a video playing in the background. I don't want to get copyright strikes. You know, one of those. So yeah, listen, Ilya Gruev, he signed here. Let me just make that bigger. Not going to spend too long on this one. No offense to Ilya. I hope that he fits in well. But here's just a few of his quotes. The Bulgarian international has joined the Whites from Werder Bremen for an undisclosed fee, pending a 4-year contract. I believe the fee was around 5 to 6 million, so probably around £5 million. It feels amazing, he said. This is a big club. There you go. It's a different country for me, and everyone knows here is the best football in the world. Ellen Road is a great stadium. There are great people here, and I'm looking forward to having a great time here. Leeds are 3 times champions. It's a big club with history. The only club in Leeds. Yeah, he's been doing his Wikipedia searches. Fair play to him, man. He wants to develop his game, gain a new experience, and help the team achieve our dreams and aims that we have and get them. I have full confidence in the club. He he's spoken to Daniel Farke, as you can imagine. He plays in central midfield as a holding six and also can play in the eight. He's a very I'm a very strategic player. I want to have the ball in possession, intercept balls, and lead the team a bit. Yeah, so ball winning midfielder. I had great conversations with the boss, Daniel Farke. I know him well from the Bundesliga and also in the Championship, getting promoted 2 times. And I'm really looking forward to now. Really looking forward now. I know our boss wants to have the ball and dictate the game, and that's very important for my game too. Is that's what I also want to do, which is very good. Our aim is to get promoted as fast as possible. That is why everyone is here, and we all want to work hard. So fair play to him. Um, Nick G, it sounds like you wrote that, KG. Yeah, listen, when I heard him talk a little bit in his opening interview, and it sounded like he was reading off his CV or something. But no, listen, obviously getting to grips with the language. He obviously speaks a fair bit already, which is fair play to him. Always appreciate people that can learn different language. I wish I could too. But yeah, 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 yeah. All the new club bingo. Yeah, I even saw Sam Greenwood saying earlier. I think when as soon as Borough approached me, I couldn't turn them down. You know, it happens with every club, man. They always say the same kind of things. But yeah, so yeah, listen, he's in the building now. Gruev's in the building. Expect Kamara tomorrow. Now let's move on to other targets. This is kind of fresh, actually, via Sky Sports, and Sky Sports Tim is involved there, so it's a very fairly decent source. Update: Celtic have rejected a 10 million bid from Leeds United for midfielder Matt O'Reilly, and the Scottish champions have reiterated to Leeds that they consider him not for sale. So I don't know now whether we're just going to leave this one now or whether we go back tomorrow with an even better bid. But at least that it's still there, that we're still searching for that creative midfielder. I just don't want them to leave this window with nothing now. I need that creative midfielder. I need a left back. I'm begging for that. And obviously, please keep Sinisterra. Now, obviously, as fans, we're probably asking too much. Maybe the finances dictate that we can't do all of that. But I just know what we need for this squad, and it's crying out for it. It's absolutely crying out for it. Um, let's have a look. Oh God, how's Mark Rocker got into this conversation? I don't get it. What happened? Carl Brown here. Shout out to you, Carl. Hi, KJ. Do you think we'll get a left back? I hope so, Carl. Kind of discussed it on the earlier stream if you haven't seen that one. But with Luke Thomas now at Sheffield United, that was obviously one of our number one targets. I hope that it wasn't Luke Thomas and bust. I'd be very surprised if that's the case. If it was bust, I know we didn't get Ryan Manning as well, so there has been a few that we've missed out on. But you've just got to keep going. You've got to keep going down and listen to it. You get one. The left hand side for me is a big part of the misbalance of this team. It's such a huge part. And as I said in earlier stream, no matter how much you guys try and convince me, Sambaro, João Cancelo, it's not working down that left hand side. It really isn't. And the Salford game alone would show you that. Just go and watch the first half of the Salford game. How much Willie Nanto had the ball and how much there was an overlapping left back. Just have a look. It's there. Oh, the Don Reevy saying, let's put that money into Ilya's chair, 10 mil. I wouldn't pay 10 million for him. He's not worth that. He's not worth that. Listen, I know there's various factors in it, and QPR are not the best football team in the league. I get it. But I've seen Chair for a few years. This is a player that I have actually seen. When he's good, he looks amazing. But when he's quiet, you'd never believe he was playing football. He's one of those kind of players. And for me, 10 million would be far too much for Eli's Chair. But you know what? It's not my money. And if they feel that he's the direction to go, so be it. But for me, nah, not for me. That's just me personally, though. Yeah, render. Yeah, 5 million. Yeah, 6 million times. I could deal with that, but 10? Nah, that's not it for me. That ain't it, y'all. That ain't it. Let's have a look. Somebody saying here, Wondersphere, no left back cost us promotion. It sounds dramatic, doesn't it? It sounds drastic, but you've already seen in the game so far how imbalanced we are on that side. It's not even funny. There's no point having someone that, as you guys love to say, do a job. No, you need somebody who is good at their job down that side. We need it. There's no point having such a good balance of whether it's Stroud, I would say Creswell, Roden, and Spence, and then having a gap filler at left back. No, just go out and address the issue, please. But we've got 24 hours. We definitely need it. Yeah, we kind of discussed the whole Furpo thing on the earlier stream. I don't really want to rehash everything, so it will be on the earlier stream, people. Oh man, Mark Atkinson here. Can Ilya Gruev play left back? He's left-footed, good defensive abilities. Oh man, if only football worked like that. All right. So okay. So there's Matt Riley. We'll see if anything else happens with that one. I hope so, because again, we without now Sam Greenwood's gone for what he's worth. He was good at set pieces. We're now without a real designated set piece taker. Let's hope we're going again. One of our other targets, which is obviously dead in the water now that we've signed Gruev and Kamara incoming tomorrow. But Tanaka, I think that one is done. I think Leeds have said no and moved on. But he's probably going to Mauritian. He's going to Gladbach. Yeah, he's going to Gladbach in Germany, possibly. So there you go. Tanaka, off you go. Another one just to tick off the box. Somebody said it earlier, actually, in the earlier stream. I just missed it, though. So, but I'll bring it up here because I know a lot of people talk about Lewis O'Brien. Well, he is at Sunderland. Sorry to any Sunderland fans. He's at Middlesbrough now. So we can forget that one. People can let go of that one. Lewis O'Brien has now joined Middlesbrough. And it's like I said earlier, because a lot of people talk about a 10 million fee. And I said, I don't think Forest will be in for that. I think they'll just want to get his wages off the books. And yeah, they may have received a loan fee for him, but this is just a season-long loan, people. So he would have been gettable on a season-long loan for Leeds United. So obviously, maybe the interest in him wasn't as big as we thought, or maybe we've just moved on other avenues. But yeah, the whole O'Brien thing, people can start mentioning him now. He's now a Middlesbrough player. Lee's saying not bothered about O'Brien. Yeah, I just have to bring it up just because a lot of people kept talking about him as if he's like the only midfielder in the world that can play football. But no, I just thought I'd update people. Yep, Gavin is just saying here, Southampton signing Ross Stewart from Sunderland. I think they are. I think that is in the works. I think he's got a year left on his deal. And that's it. Southampton, that's another thing we have to look out for. It's not just what we buy and what we sell. It's also about what other clubs around us, I say our rivals, our relegation rivals, do in the market too. Lee Marshall saying O'Brien was garbage at Forest last season. Watched him a few times and he was subbed at halftime. That's true. He's not a Premier League player, people. He's not, but he is a good Championship player, and that's where we are. And that's why a season-long loan, I said that would have suited me fine. 10 million, no chance. But a season-long loan, I would have absolutely taken that. But he's not a Premier League player. He doesn't have the tools. He doesn't have the intelligence to play at that level. But he's a good championship operator, and that's why he's come back to this league. But yeah, so let me just. Oh, there's another one here. Nick G, thank you for the super chat. Good work, mate. Well, I appreciate that, Nick G. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Is there something else? Okay, yeah. Let me just go on to this one. Fabrizio Romano, just confirm it. I mean, he's had this story from the pretty much the get go. But Ansu Fati is at Brighton's training ground now. He's together with Roberto De Zerbi, who made the difference for the deal to happen. Yeah, Fati joining from Barcelona to Brighton. Crazy these deals, man. We should have been involved in all these if we're still in the Prem, but it is what it is. The reason why I bring this up, though, is maybe that opens the door again for Buonanotte to be available for loan, because I know that they've got a long-term injury to Enciso. He's out, but now they've signed Fati. Is Buonanotte available again? I guess we'll see over the next 24 hours if he's going to be looking. It is, Bubs. It's outrageous. I'm looking as well. I'm not going to bring it up on the screen here, but Brentford. Let me just tell you, Brentford are signing Johan Bakayoko from PSV. People, PSV have just made it into the Champions League stages, and they're signing Johan Bakayoko. Crazy. We should have been involved in these conversations, man. We was buying cheap, we were buying twice. That's what happens, isn't it? You buy cheap, you buy twice. But you see what I'm saying? Brentford came up a year after us, and look how they've moved. It just shows you just how bad management was before. But listen, this is where we are now. We can only focus on the present, and hopefully we'll be in those conversations next season. That's the aim. That's the aim. Yeah, Benjo, I don't know. Is it Phil Hay that said this, people? Because a lot of people are saying about Charlie Taylor, but I'll just read it anyway. Benjo saying Burnley don't want to sell Taylor, but we should push hard to get it done. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But we definitely need a left back, please. Please, I'm begging you. But yeah, Reformium saying, thanks to Orta, we aren't part of these conversations, Cage. Yeah, Orta and Radrazani, they're both culpable on this one. Radrazani should have trusted his gut a little more at times as well. But yeah, it's just crazy, man. You see the signings that Villa are getting, even Bournemouth with like Kirkes, and you see Brentford now getting Bakayoko. It's like, oh man, it hurts. I'm not gonna lie to you, people. It hurts a little that we're not involved in those conversations, because that's where we should be. That's what a club of Leeds United should be shooting for. Then you got Ansu Fati going to Brighton. It's like, wow, I know he's a bit injury prone, but he's one hell of a talent. And it's like, why couldn't we be involved in those? But we're in the Championship, so we got to deal with these cards we've been dealt, and try and get back to the Premier League, and that's the aim. Jed Spencer said it. Gruev has said it as well. That's the aim, people. Okay, all right. Okay, yeah. Enzio saying, yeah, Phil said it on Square Ball. Thank you for that. Thank you. But yeah, so yeah, I think that is it, people. I think that is it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let me just get that one. 1414 Yorkshire saying Taylor is yet a year on his contract, and I think Burnley will let him go. That's something else you have to look out for, even though sometimes, much like Celtic with Matt O'Reilly said about him not being available, sometimes clubs will say that just to make sure they get the absolute maximum value they can for the player that is wanted. So, Charlie Taylor, I don't know what use Burnley have got with him. I know that they're going back in for Maatson from Chelsea. I know Vincent Kompany really wants him back. And you've got to believe if he does get him, then Charlie Taylor will be surplus to requirements. So why keep him there? But again, Charlie Taylor is not the only left back available. Someone in the chat earlier in the early video mentioned a really good one. It's Matt Target. And Matt Target is nothing spectacular. Like I've described him earlier, he's a steady Eddie. But we kind of need that in our defense that has kept 5 clean sheets in 50 games. We kind of need a steady Eddie back there. And although he's not the greatest at getting forward, his crosses aren't all that to write home about. Defensively, he is sound. You'll probably always get a 6 or 7 out of Matt Target. And that would be a really good signing. But I don't know if he's going to be available, even though Newcastle have now got Lewis Hall and, of course, Big Dan Burn. Be interesting. It will be interesting. NZO saying, to be fair, 49ers have done a fantastic job navigating through all this mess. And I will be kind of putting that in my overall rating, regardless, even if Sini is to go, even if the left back is to go, if not to come in. I will account for that in the rating. That will come into my thinking. Um, oh man, I really don't like the do a job thing. It's another one of those football phrases I can't stand. But yeah, Render saying Target is better than what we have. Yeah, yeah, he is 100%. I don't know, Bob's actually. That's a good point. Bob's just asking, didn't Hammond sign Target for them? I don't remember. I don't remember. I know he signed Trippier. I know he was involved in the Guimaraes deal. Chris Wood as well. I don't know about Matt Target. Maybe Matt Target was there before Hammond. Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, I think that will be it, people. I think that will do for this one. I don't envision any more videos tonight, so you've got a break from me. Like I say, I think there's about 4 from the past 2 days. If you haven't checked out all of them, including the Welcome to Leeds Jed Spence video, please check that one out too. I don't think there's anything else, people. So I will leave it there. Please hit a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one, people. Busy day tomorrow. Busy, busy day. Peace out.